Welcome to Off-Road America. On today's episode, we're going to be taking my new CJ7 over to the garage. We're going to go through it and try to get everything back to square one. We're going to remove all the extra wiring, some of the stuff from the previous owner, go through everything top to bottom, maybe do a little bit of cleaning and see where we're at and getting ready to start this project. All right, just bought this thing like 2 days ago. It's a 1987 CJ7. I got it from a kid here locally. It was a good find. I've been looking for one for months. It starts well, doesn't idle good, but once it's going, it does pretty good. A little bit warmed up right now. We're just taking on a real short drive from where I was keeping it over to the garage so we can get to working on it. There's something wrong with the brakes. They're not working well, so it's going to be a real slow drive. Looking for months to find one of these things. So I was looking around, I finally found this one. I love the paint and the patina on it. It just has one of those Western Iowa feels to it. Once I saw that, I knew I had to have it. Even the way it bounces down this road, which probably makes it so you can't hear me, is part of its charm. What am I gonna do with it? Not a lot. I want to do a mild restoration, get it safe, get it fun, increase the reliability, and have something we can do some fun stuff with the kids on. My wife, I was showing her, and I'm going, honey, look at this. And she's looking at it like wives do, right? I'm like, yeah, that's great. And I'm like, no, this thing's amazing. And she's like, what are we going to do with it? I'm like, well, you can take the kids to get ice cream in it. And my kids, of course, like, ice cream! So this became the ice cream Jeep. For that reason, my girls started calling it Rocky Road. Think that camera just died. And we're back. Okay, it's real life, people here. It's reality TV. So as I was saying, yeah, the girls love the idea of taking a Jeep with the top off to go get ice cream. So they've already given this thing a name. So this is Project Rocky Road. I'm going to get it over to the garage. We're going to go through it. I'll show you all the things. There's a lot of stuff that needs a little bit of work, but there's a lot of good here too. And I'm really, really excited about it. So let's head over to the garage. I'll get this thing in the driveway and we'll start taking a look at it. You can probably see right here, I got a brake light lit up. I think I'm only getting the 2 brakes. So I'm giving these people lots of space. You guys will have to correct me on this. I think these AMC 4-cylinders had around 115 horsepower from the factory. But for the way I plan on building this, that's plenty. You can probably hear right now, once it's warmed up, it runs good. Everybody should have a classic Jeep like this. The driving experience is just something you don't get with new vehicles. We have arrived. All right, this is a 1986 CJ7. It's a base model. You can tell that by the white steel wheels, the fact that there's not a factory rocker guard here. Those were standard on the Laurado and Renegades, and also because it has the 4-cylinder. Front, everything seems to be in really good shape. I'm really happy with everything. I love the patina on this Jeep. That's one of the main reasons that I bought it. I want to keep that. The paint looks great. I'll probably be cutting these off. Other than that, there's not much that needs to be done with the front of this thing. I think the front looks great.
Okay, taking a quick look at the engine here. It's a real clean engine compartment. Not a lot of rust, not a problems like that. Previous owner had just done a new fuel pump. I've got some kind of leak going on here in some kind. Everything was optional on the CJ7s. This is a pretty bare bones base model, but as you can see by the reservoir here, they did opt for power steering. Manual brakes, no brake booster there. But other than that, everything's in pretty good shape. Some of this probably should be attached, but that's fine. That's fine. Just here, I'll fix it. There we go, all better. Wheels and tires. These are a Mud King something or other. They are cracked, they're shot. We're definitely gonna need a new set of shoes on this thing. Okay, we're back in action. You gotta admit that was a good catch. So these white Steelies, I like these. They look great. I don't want to put a big old tire on here. I want to keep it small, keep it low, keep it as the ice cream Jeep. Rocky Road's gonna stay low and nimble and light. These white Steelies are good. I need to pull some of these hubcaps off the other tires. So I want to see how many of these white wheels we actually have. This Jeep here got locking hubs, front and rear, front disc brakes, rear drums on this 86. These here, I don't know what these are. Somebody told me they think they're a Pontiac logo. My buddy, I'm not sure. We're gonna see what we can figure out. All right, got an original Steely right there. That's excellent. Let's go check the others. We do have an original Steely back here. That was the original tire that was there. My understanding that it was common for CJs to have a spare tire that was painted gray. I don't know if there's any truth to that or not. If you know, let me know in the comments below. Good little detail you can see here. As you can tell, since this doesn't protrude out right here, you'd see this poking out with like a cap. If this was an AMC 20 rear axle, we're actually lucky this customer opted for the tow package, so we've got a Dana 44 rear axle. That's awesome. All right, it's looking better already, guys. Back of the Jeep, we've got factory tire carrier, original dealer sticker, Jim Marsh, Las Vegas, Nevada. I love that. A factory badge. Also factory badge here's missing, but I've got that in the glove box. This is probably the biggest problem back here. Let's see if I can get a big pry bar, maybe bend that down. Hey pup, see if I can bend that down a bit. Most likely gonna have to cut out and replace this rear cross member. Looks like a home done job here from the previous owner. This was welded on. That's definitely not factory. All right, got a lot of stuff from the previous owner in here. This is a brand new 2-chamber exhaust. I like the engine in this thing, but I don't really want to hear it, so I don't think I'll be using that. So we'll probably get that out on the marketplace. Don't need that. Got these lights here. I don't think they're anything like a KC or anything. You guys can let me know in the comments. This is an IPF, says IPF halogen. Oh, look at that. I see right here. These are Dick CPEX Cat 900s. These might be cooler than I think. I'm gonna have to look into these. So keeping those for now. Oh, there's that other hubcap. Don't need that. Front tow bar. Ugh. I don't plan on using that, so probably won't keep this around. Give me a view in here in the back. The back seat's in great shape. I do have the original factory seat belts right there. Those I'll be reinstalling for the kids. Dash, previous owner added a tack. I'll probably get that out of there. This is actually pretty special if you're not aware of that. This is a factory shift light that was only available on the 4-cylinder. It came with the 4-cylinder. So if you didn't have a 4-cylinder, it wouldn't have that. You would have had a tack as standard on the Laredo. All this stuff is in excellent shape. It works great. This is the fan, heat, not heat there, temperature, set your temp, defrost, wiper washers. The gauge cluster is just excellent. I mean, crystal clear, super happy with that. The only other gauges you've got on this old Jeep is just your battery and your oil pressure. Dash pad, pretty worn. We're gonna have to get a new one of those. Glove box is in really good condition. If we get that open. This is really cool. We have the original factory CJ7 owner's manual in there. I'm excited to go through that. There is that CJ7 badge I was talking about. Yep, this is Bog Warner 4-speed reverse 4-wheel drive. I haven't actually tested that yet. I'm not sure if that works or not yet. This was a stereo that the previous owner had in there. He's got it put in with a ratchet strap. We're going to pull that out. It's not really my taste, but at least he didn't drill any holes to put it in. Okay, let's clean some of this stuff out of the passenger side. Uh-oh. Okay, that was the registration. That cost me $400. I don't want to lose that. Some extra parts. Haynes manual. Haynes? Yeah, Haynes. I remember using these constantly as I was a kid to fix anything. That was about all we could afford back then. Boss Audio Systems. The frame is in excellent condition. This is all solid. Looks really good. I'm sure a lot of my friends back east are probably a little bit jealous right now. Even the factory body mounts look really nice. All that, it just needs a really good cleaning and going through. Very lucky to get a Dana 44 rear end in this. That means we actually have one-piece axle shafts, so we won't have to change those out, which is common to do on these. I think the rear springs might be seized up. We'll probably be freshening those up. I'll take a look at those. The shocks, yeah, those need to be replaced. And there's probably our biggest issue and what we'll be addressing first. You can see the brake fluid wasn't doing that before, but now it's actually leaking out of the back, it looks like. That probably explains why my brakes weren't doing too good on the way over here. Taking a look at the front, we've got a Dana 300 transfer case. My understanding is these are great transfer cases. We've got this floorboard here is rusted all the way through. You can see here, I can push on it. Most of it's pretty solid. I think anywhere else is a problem at all, but right here is definitely going to have to be patched up. Take a look at these stickers. These things just look amazing. They're aged just right, all the way down the side. Got a little impact there, just adds character. All right, gonna start cleaning some of this stuff up. Take this CV bracket off. Everybody's favorite project with a used vehicle, chasing the previous owner's wiring out. A lot of people get really upset when they're taking out the modifications and things from the previous owner, but I think it's fun. It's one of the great things about these old vehicles is to dig through and explore and see what the previous owner did. Sometimes it's hilarious, sometimes it's terrible, sometimes it's amazing. It's all just part of the fun. You just chase them, get them all through. Our goal today is just to get this thing back to square one so we can start restoring it, taking it on amazing trips, and making more memories with it. All right, what was Optimistic Mike just saying a few minutes ago about previous owner's modifications? I'm not really sure that applies to wiring. There's the tack. All right, guys, here's all the wiring I got out of the inside. I did remove this antenna. I'll keep it. I don't think it's stock, but around the paint and the hole and everything looks like it. So if it is, let me know. I'm gonna hold on to it, go from there. It is stuck extended, So maybe I can get a replacement one that I can actually retract and would be shorter. I wouldn't mind the look if it was a little bit shorter. All right, seatbelts are back in. I feel safer already. Before we get to the engine compartment, we're gonna unhook these fog lights. What do you guys think? What kind of lights would you do on a kind of Survivor resto mod build like this? All right, while we're up here, let's get rid of this grill guard. It was hooked on very thoroughly with baling wire though, so that's good. Wouldn't really be a classic Jeep without some baling wire on it, would it? Through the magic of YouTube, I will edit that, make that look like that came out first try. There's not actually a lot of modifications to the engine bay. Get this out of our way. Duct tape. This really is a great Jeep if you think about it. It's got quite a bit of stuff that's held on by duct tape and baling wire. All right, that wind is howling today. Okay, let's follow out these last few wires. I actually didn't know when I purchased this that it had an early form of fuel injection. I guess in '83, due to all the emissions regulations, they started adding in early computers, simple MCUs, motor control units, and ignition systems. I think that started in '83. Had I known that, I might have gone with an earlier one, but since there's no vehicle inspections where I live, I think we'll be all right. And long term, we'll probably be converting this over to a Weber carburetor and be able to get rid of a lot of this wiring. I don't know where that goes to. Huh. Okay. That might be part of my idle problem. And that's not hooked up to anything. That's fine. A good tip if you're working on these and you're ever cleaning up wiring on somebody's vehicle, you see all these white zip ties. They make it pretty nice because you can tell they're not factory. So usually they're holding back wiring is also not factory. Also a good one to look for, if you see, you can see that right there. That's a splice connector that he came along here and spliced in. I don't think I've ever seen the factory use those, so it's usually a pretty good indicator that they're tapping into something. It's a good way to spot something that's not original. I think we just about got it. Show you what I got going on here. Right here, this looks like this was the OEM fuel line, which was originally hooked up to the fuel filter here. If we follow it down, looks like they installed a new pump, and this here is the factory hard line right there. I'm not actually sure if there was something wrong with that or why they did that. And this also, it's the factory fuel line that used to come in here. The previous owner ran a new one, a whole soft line, all the way from here But I'll show you back over here. Fairly troublesome install. Ran a soft line all the way here around that, and I thought that was the worst part because it went in front of the tire. But when I was under here removing some of the other wire, you can see right here, this is that new fuel line. It's actually wrapped around the shock. Okay, give you a little tour here. Oh, little rag there. Actually, that'll be handy. I can stuff this right here to catch all that leaky brake fluid. Perfect. That's called recycling. All the wiring is out. Front is all cleaned up. Grill. Take you a walk around here. Inside. Oh, you know what we didn't check? Which I've been wanting to do? I wanted to see. This has a steering wheel cover on it. And you never know with these things. Did they put it on before the steering wheel got ruined? Or did they put it on the beginning and save it? I think it was on pretty early. I think a little bit of leather treatment, that'll clean right up. Check it out. That looks pretty nice. I'll probably put a little leather treatment on it and clean it up. I like it. These two wires here go to the 12 volt. They had a lot of stuff hooked up to those. So I got to rehook those up. Not really sure what is going on there. That's fine. That's fine. All right, let's get that air cleaner back on. I'm missing that nut. Huh. I think I'm missing that one now too. Oh, okay. You ever feel like you're watching these car shows and nobody ever shows the actual struggles? Well, we're gonna keep that real on this channel, everybody. We're gonna put some electrical tape on that, kick that can down the road, fix that later. Well, that doesn't thread on very good. Okay, well, we'll figure that out. All right, and always a good thing to do after you cut a bunch of stuff out of this thing. I should have followed my rule here. For all you kids out there that don't know, these old vehicles, I don't know when this started or how long it went on, but square key is for starting. Circle key should be your doors and everything else. So I just made a rookie mistake there. All right, let's see if it still starts. Yeah, that idle needs a little work. That's all right. Looks so good. Go home, get some rest, get back here tomorrow, and get this thing cleaned up. All right, it's the next day. Today's goal is just to get this thing all the way cleaned up. This thing's got 39 years of dust and grime and dirt all over it. We're gonna get that all cleaned up, completely clean the bottom, the inside, the interior, and get us to a really nice starting point. The only other thing I got on the objective today is we got to fix that rear receiver hitch. It's making a pain to open that tailgate. Here's what we're looking at. Previous owner took this off-road one time. Guess he was going up a real steep hill and got stuck, almost sticking up in the air. This thing's all bent up here. Got this post hole digger, hoping we can use this. Stick that in there, jump on it sometime, at least get it bent enough where I can open and shut this a lot easier. That wasp nest out of there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. Man, that's good as new. We could haul the boat with that thing now. Beautiful. Cool. Next thing we got to be concerned about, we're going to be cleaning the inside of this thing out, so we want to make sure that we can get the inside dried out. I got all the drain plugs pulled, and the previous owner helped us out a lot on this too, because as you can see, previous owner's RV vent worked perfect for just a situation like this. You need to dry out that interior. That custom installation will certainly make it a lot easier. That thing works amazing now. I'm hoping this thing allows me not to get quite so filthy. Oh yeah. Now we're using a little bit of low pressure soap. Great thing about a Jeep, no carpets in these base models. Now we're gonna get the outside all cleaned up. One of the things I wanna be careful with is use real low pressure, because these are all the original stickers on here and everything. And I really don't wanna blast those off the Jeep or damage or anything. That's my favorite part about this Jeep. Okay, now on to probably the most stressful part of this whole thing is cleaning the engine. We're gonna take a couple of basic precautions. Old engine like this, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the battery out. Don't need anything shorting out. I'll pull off the air intake box, tape up the carburetor, and then I'm also gonna throw some plastic around the alternator. Last thing, let's go ahead and get this distributor covered. That stuff looks to be working good. I'm really excited about doing some retro camping trips. And this thing, break out the old Coleman, the canvas tents. We're not too far from Moab here. It'd be great to get this thing out to Moab and see what these old base model CJs were capable of. It's always kind of stressful cleaning these engine bays on these old vehicles. All right, again, I'm Mike with Off-Road America. Thanks for watching the episode. We got this thing all cleaned up. I cleaned everything, the engine bay, underneath, the inside, the interior. I really couldn't be happier with how it turned out. I love the look of these white steelies. I only paid $4,300 for this Jeep, and I think I got it for a steal. Let's cut to a couple clips. I'll show you how it looks all cleaned up, show you the inside, so you can get a good look at everything that's done and where we got to go from here. Okay, I think you agree this thing looks amazing. Next episode, we're gonna go through it. We'll start doing some ball joints. We'll get the brakes sorted out. We'll get everything done. Hopefully we can take it on a nice drive, and see how it feels out. Maybe even get the kids out in it once I can make sure it's safe. Be sure to like, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the episode and you enjoyed watching. See you next time. Oh.